Hi, welcome back. Today I am talking about some of my favorite fresh face makeup at the drugstore. What I mean by fresh face, basically you put it on, you feel youthful, you feel glowing, you feel confident. One might argue that this is also a compilation of some of my all-time favorite drugstore products. Some of these things I've been wearing for years. A few of them are new things that I have discovered that I wanted to bring to your attention. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to compile a list of favorites. A lot of these products don't even feel like you're wearing makeup. So let's just go ahead and get into the first category. I want to start out with lips because I don't know, I feel very strongly about my lip selection that I'm about to present to you. So I want to start with it. I also know we have a lot of lip lovers out there like me. The first product I want to talk about is one that I have been using for probably about a year now, and I duped these when I talked about the Fenty Slip Shines, the new Fenty Slip Shines. These are, in my opinion, an identical drugstore dupe, and in some cases, you can even very closely dupe the Fenty colors. And it's the L'Oreal Color Riche Plump and Shine lipsticks. Now, these are like a lipstick and a lip balm in one, and that's why I love them so much, because especially if you're not a person who enjoys putting on like a full coverage lipstick every single day, these are really forgiving. They're pretty sheer on the lips and they just give you the perfect amount of color. So I have three, and I swear every time I go to talk about these, I lose one of my favorites, which is called Coconut Plump. It's a nude. So if you're a nude person, like, and you're my skin tone and leaning into like the medium skin tone range, it's a pretty light nude. Coconut Plump, really pretty. It's also very similar to the Fenty Slip Shine in Makeout Break and Glazed, if you want to compare it to something. But of course, I can't find the damn thing anywhere. But I do have two others to mention. I have Lychee Plump, which is a completely clear shade, but it has this kind of like prismatic bit of shimmer to it. It doesn't come off on your lips as glittery, but you will see a little bit of a frost, and it can get pretty frosty if you keep layering it. But just a couple of quick swipes and this gives you that clear, like youthful, plumped lip look. It's also pretty identical to the Fenty Slip Shine in, I think it's called Crystal Quartz, or just the, the clear white Slip Shine. I also have Watermelon Plump, which is a pretty spot on dupe for the Slip Shine in Tang Thang. This particular shade is not as orange, but you compare them side by side and it's really hard to tell the difference. So I just love these so much because they are that really great hybrid. They're really forgiving on the lips, and they do provide a little bit of a plump. They do have a slight mint feel to them when you put them on, a cooling sensation. So I am just all for these, and I think the formula is just so freaking similar to the Fenty ones. So this is the product that I'm wearing on my lips right now. It's a pretty new discovery for me, but I feel as if a lot of you all will like this formula. When I saw the name, I was like, that seems like it would be a very fresh, youthful product. It's the Ulta Beauty Tinted Juice Infused Lip Oil, and I'm wearing the shade Tea Rose. I only picked up one color, but I love the formula. It feels so exquisite on. I will caution you that it doesn't necessarily feel like a traditional lip oil. What you would, like for example, I have the Wonder Beauty Lip Retreat oil here. This feels like a traditional oil, that very like thin, but hydrating texture. This almost has like a gel texture to it, but it does perform in the sense that it's very sheer when you apply it, and it came in probably between like 6 to 10 shades, and I think the shade selection was pretty vast. It's one of those really comfortable lip products that would be really easy to reapply throughout the day. So I don't know how much more to explain it, but very comfortable, very hydrating, it feels very hydrating on the lips, and then a nice sheer wash of color. These could be, dare I say, the best lip glosses at the drugstore in my opinion that I've tried thus far, and it's the Milani Keep It Full lip glosses. You hear me talk about these pretty frequently, especially the shade called Tropical Shine. This is the one that I've had the longest. It's just a gorgeous peach gloss with a little bit of like a golden undertone, very reminiscent of the Charlotte Tilbury Collagen Lip Bath, and I think it's called Peachgasm. But these give the lips the most intense amount of shine ever. And not only that, I feel like it's one of the few formulas at the drugstore that you can actually feel a little bit of plumping sensation, whereas just ones in the past that are listed as, you know, plumping or volumizing, I just don't really get that vibe with them. This one, you can really feel the mintiness and you can kind of feel it working. I don't know what it is, but as soon as I put it on, I feel like my lips are volumized like ×5. Formula is really comfortable on the lips. The shades are super pretty. Just overall, very glowy, juicy looking lip gloss. I just feel like it instantly makes your lips look better. So last lip product I have to talk about is something that I have eyed for a really long time, especially when I do go into Ulta, and it's from the brand Lanolips, which they make a lot of lip products in general, lip masks. They may even make products for other things, but in Ulta specifically, I see their lip products displayed the most. And this is just one of the many products that they have, but it's called the Lip Water. So just the name Lip Water in general, very intriguing. They have a clear one and then also a pink one. I think it was called Watermelon, something along those lines. I got the clear one because I wanted to pair it with Lychee Plump. And the only thing I can say about this is that immediately you put it on and once it wears off, your lips feel so soft and hydrated. Actually, when I was doing lip swatches, generally my lips tend to get dry and I have to put chapstick on. I put this on first, and when I wiped it off to do other lip swatches, my lips stayed so smooth, so hydrated throughout the process. I do want to say it is on the pricier side for a drugstore product and for the amount you get. I think it was like $14 or $16, but it feels so good. And it does have a little bit of like a reflex in it. It's not chunky glitter, but you will see a little bit of shine coming off your lips from that. I don't think it looks bad. I actually think it makes your lips look fuller, but just be aware of that. I really love the formula of this. It's that perfect kind of lip balm, lip gloss hybrid in one. Very easy to keep in your purse. To throw on. Especially if you have Lychee Plump from L'Oreal, those two together. Chef's kiss. I want to get into my face products now, specifically because I actually started filming this video at like 9 this morning and it came a downpour and it's been super dark all day, and I think it's almost 3 o'clock now and the sunshine is finally coming back out, so I just decided to wait to continue filming. So in that time I've been cleaning, I've been letting the dogs out, it's so humid, and I'm wearing one of my favorite foundations from the drugstore, and I'm just looking at my skin right now and I just, this honestly could possibly be one of the best like actual foundation formulas at the drugstore, and it's the Physicians Formula Silk Foundation Elixir. I am just so blown away at how every single time I use this, I look at my skin close up and it looks so smooth. It doesn't look makeup-y even throughout the day as I have worn it. It looks so ethereal on my skin. I've been meaning to mention this in a video. I don't know if I've quite compared the two yet, but this is very reminiscent to me of Armani Luminous Silk and also the La Mer Soft Fluid Foundation, but for like what? This is like $12.99 at the drugstore. I love this foundation. It is incredible. It looks beautiful on the skin. I just have never been unhappy with it. It truly does have that silky look to it, and I think that's why I like it so much. The only thing, and again, I will continue to really harp on Physicians Formula for is the color selection, not even just in the dark range, but just the whole color selection in general. It's just not there most of the time, and it's very hard to find a shade that can match you 100%. Like for example, I'm mixing the shades light and medium together. The light medium shade is always sold out. I'm sure it would probably work for me, but undertone wise in these foundations, I think they could 100% be improved. So I do want to put that disclaimer out there, but I cannot say one bad thing about how great this wears on my skin throughout the day and how it always just makes my skin look healthy and youthful. NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. Love this stuff, especially if you are a person that likes to use your hands to apply things. I really think this is a great hand application base product. I find that it looks best on me when I use my hands. I don't really know why. Some products I just feel that way about, and this is definitely one of them. But this is going to be for the normal, leaning into like the combo skin people out there. If you're super dry, I have gotten a lot of feedback from you all saying that this really just wasn't it for you. My skin now tends to lean in the normal side, so I can kind of get away with those satin and matte finish products a little bit more. But I think this looks so healthy on the skin, and it seems from the feedback people either love it or hate it, but I cannot omit it because I love the way it looks on my face. And especially with the warmth of like my fingertips and applying it, it's just a super quick, fresh application. Has that nice like satiny finish to it. You're not going to look overly dewy. I also love the tube it comes in. Very portable and user friendly. So I like this product. And we have finally reached our destination to Broken Record City. We have the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Skin Tint. Been recommending this product for years now and would still recommend it. The reason I love it is because it has an unlike formula of any product I've really tried. It actually has this gel-like formula. It's almost like pigment suspended in a gel. And it just looks so forgiving on the skin. Anytime I have someone that may have a more mature skin type that has a request for a drugstore base product, this is generally what I will recommend. And that's just because, again, it's something that looks so forgiving. And that's because it has that unique gel texture that looks youthful anyways. And then the pigment is just the right amount. It's not overwhelming, but it's not too little. So wonderful product. It's supposed to have hyaluronic acid in it as well. It says it moisturizes and plumps for 24 hours. So let's be realistic here. It looks good throughout the day on me. I have never had issues with it. And I do think that I compared these two often together. And I say, if you are more combination, go with the NYX. If you're dry, go with the Neutrogena. So I want to get into some cheek products, and of course these are going to be cream blushes because hello, it's me. The first products I want to start out with are pretty much, I would say like 80 to 90% dupes for one of my all-time favorite cream blush products, which is the NARS Multiples, and these are called the e.l.f. Monochromatic Blush Sticks. I have two. I would have more, but I will say these are a little bit more tricky to find in store. And the last time I ordered from e.l.f., they didn't send like 5 products, and I emailed them about it and I never got a response. So I'm a little hesitant to order from the e.l.f. website at this point. But if I were able to get my hands on more, a little bit more conveniently, then I would definitely have more. But for now, I have a Glistening Peach and Sparkling Rosé, which I have mixed on my cheeks today. Side by side, if you applied especially these two colors, this one is called G-Spot from NARS. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see a good sexual name from NARS. Anyways, and the Sparkling Rosé, these two shades are almost identical, and it seems like when I swatch them, the e.l.f. one tends to come off a little bit more pigmented. So love the formula side by side. Like I said, if you line two people up, you would not be able to tell the difference in the two. So drugstore wise, as far as like a bronzer goes, you've heard me talk about the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Cream Bronzer. That one, I like it. It has worked well for me as a cream bronzer that I can get at the drugstore. I don't necessarily love the undertone. It is a little bit too orangey for my preference. So I want to talk about one I discovered recently from Uoma Beauty. Now, you can only get Uoma, I think, at least at my Ulta, it's not in store. I can only find it on the Ulta website. And I know it's not really technically considered like a drugstore brand, but at the price point, I feel like it can pass as drugstore pricing, especially because it's two products in one. So this is the Uoma Beauty Double Take Contour Stick, and it comes, one side is an actual contour, and then your other side is your like pearlescent highlighter. I just love the formula. It is so creamy, it's so blendable, easy to blend out, which in other words is blendable. It's just very smooth, easy application. And I have the shade, this is the lightest shade. It says 3. I'll confirm down below in the info box, but I know I purchased the lightest shade, and it's just that great, not too cool of a contour shade, but not so warm that it's orangey. Let's talk about powder. This is one I discovered earlier in the year, and it has quickly become not just my favorite drugstore powder, but I leave this on my desk and I kind of just use it as like my everyday powder. It's the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. I have mine in the shade Fair Light. It just, like the name says, it's a sheer tint. If you're someone that doesn't like that ultra powdery look, if you just need something to really like blot quickly and touch up the skin without looking talky, this is a really good option. I've been impressed with it. Now, I don't take my brush and swirl it around and put a ton on my face. I really just do reserve it as that kind of spot application powder, but I find that it lays really smoothly on my skin. It has just a hint of color to it, and yeah, I have been using this a lot, and I think with the fresh face type of look, this is a type of powder you want to go for. Let me just tell you, if there was ever an e.l.f. product that has blown my mind as much as this one has, I don't remember it. Like especially this past year, I've really just started to rediscover like the rebranding of e.l.f. I was very much stuck in that let's just say like 2005 $1 e.l.f. makeup section mindset. And this is a product a lot of you all had recommended to me, and it's the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I have replaced my Glossier Boy Brow, which seems like a cardinal sin because if you're familiar with my channel, you know I've been using that product for years. But this does more. This does more. It really pains me to say it, but it does. And I am concerned. I do feel like there's a little less product in the Wow Brow. It could just be me because sometimes when I get the Boy Brow in, I'm like, this feels really light. I think it's just the packaging and nature of the product, but this is wonderful. Today, all I am wearing on my brows is Wow Brow. I did not fill them in with a pencil, a powder, anything like that. I simply used Wow Brow. It's just like a one-stop shop, really quick application product. So I just feel as if e.l.f. came for Glossier personally on this one, and they won. And sometimes that's just how it ends. That's how the cookie crumbles. Let's talk about some eye products, shall we? And this is one that I would say is probably my most impressive one that I've discovered at the drugstore, other than the Queenship Shadow Sticks, which you know are gonna be in here because how can they not be? But anyways, this is one I discovered not that long ago. It's the L'Oreal Brilliant Eyes Liquid Eyeshadows, and I've used both of the shades that I have in a tutorial. These are exquisite. They look so pretty. They go on so shimmery. You can sheer them out if you don't want something, well, I won't say shimmery, they're more metallic. Like you're not gonna get glitter reflex, but you're gonna get a nice metallic sheen. But they stay on really nicely. They come in some really pretty colors and they're so easy to apply. And they give you that just wide awake, doe-eyed, like fresh eye look. So I have nothing bad to say about these. I mean, obviously I don't have anything bad to say about them because they're included in this video. Oh yeah, so this is very similar. I'm wearing it right now. It's one that I more recently discovered, and it's the Makeup Revolution Eye Glisten Duos. So in this one, you have more of a metallic side that's very similar to the L'Oreal finish, but then on the other side you have more like an eye topper that is a little bit more on the glittery side. So I'm wearing the shade, it's called Adored by You, and I will be honest, there were probably only 5 of these, and I think there was only one other shade that really intrigued me. The others, it didn't really seem like shades you would wear for a fresh face, youthful type of look. But this particular one, definitely very pretty, very, it just almost has just like a hint of like that champagne pink to it, which to me always gives you a nice fresh type of look. So like I said, this is what I'm wearing on my eyes currently, and they seem to hold up fine. I don't think that they are as intense as the L'Oreal ones, but you get 2 colors in one, and they're not expensive at all. So I thought they were worth a mention. If you are someone that is not into shimmer, you like matte, 2 recommendations for you. The first is the Ulta Beauty Matte Cream Eyeshadows. Really great lasting power with these. I will say the shade selection could be a bit better, but if you're a one and done eyeshadow person, I mean, you're gonna go for a neutral probably. I have the shade Game Over, which is a nice like crisp mauve color. It looks very clean and sophisticated on the eye. And then also the CoverGirl Queenship Shadow Sticks. Now these come in matte and metallic shades, but I will say that I tend to use the matte shades more often. I think they come in some really good matte staple colors. And yeah, they are long wearing on the eyes. They are very similar to Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks, and if you go both ways, if you like matte, you'll like these. If you like shimmer, you'll probably like these. Okay, I'm stopping it right there. Truthfully, there could be maybe a couple more that I would recommend, but these are definitely my tops, my either ride or dies or ones that I just recently have been enjoying so much that I feel I need to spread the word about. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what some of your favorite fresh face drugstore products are below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.